Well, g'day guys. I got these Maven B5s about 3 or 4 days ago, end of last week, and I thought I'd just come out and give them a test run. Now, I'd had a bit of a play in the background, but these are the 18 by 56, so that wasn't going to do it justice. So I thought I've come up to the top of a hill that's pretty local to me and set up as I would if I was out glassing, and thought let's do a first impressions of what I find with them. Now it's a fairly warm day today for this time of year. It's probably running around 23 degrees, so I've noticed there's a slight bit of a mirage about, but that's something you're going to deal with when you're out glassing and hunting anyway, so it's probably a fair representation. I guess the first thing to remember when you get a new set of binos is you've got to set them up properly. Now, in these, you focus well with your right eye closed and get a sharp as possible image in your left eye, and then close your left eye, not moving the focus ring, and adjust the diopter adjustment here to get your right eye focus so you've got the best possible picture. And obviously that comes after you've set your angle and your width. So yeah, that's just something to remember, guys, particularly when you pick up someone else's binos, to have a look through them to get the best out of them and to do a realistic evaluation of whether you like them or not. Is set them up for your eyes. So there's plenty of people that sort of miss that or don't want to disturb where their mate's got them set. So the first thing I notice is these things are pretty damn brilliant, but you're most definitely going to need a good tripod set to make the most out of them. This is a reasonably cheap, it's an Optex carbon fibre tripod. I picked this up a number of years ago. I haven't seen them again, but it's good, it's pretty light. But what makes it is this Gitzo fluid head. It's it's got a tension adjustment on this side, one tension adjustment to do both pan and tilt. Unfortunately, for some unknown reason, and there was two versions of this, there was an alloy and a magnesium version. This is the magnesium version. They don't make them anymore. I have no idea why. They were pretty well priced. They were sort of, I'm going to say $400 to $500. But to make the most out of this or a good spotter, it's just fantastic. The other thing that's a bit of a concern is the base plates are fairly unique, and I have not been able to find those base plates anywhere. So the other thing you'll see with this is I've got a tripod adapter installed into the front of it, and I've got an outdoorsman binocular stand on it, which is great. Like, you just unscrew this knurled knob and push the button and they release. Yeah, it's great, but I'll show a bit more of that later. I'm pretty impressed with these so far. Like, I am looking down at probably houses down here at 1,000 meters, 900 meters away, and I can see people working in the backyard or sitting there enjoying lunch, and I cannot see them with my naked eye. Over further, probably I was going to bring my rangefinder, but my rangefinder is only good to 1,000 yards or meters, and I'm looking beyond that. There's a high school, and I can see them doing sport on that oval, and I would estimate that's 1,800 to 2,000 meters away. When I get home, and I'll verify that on Google Earth or Google Maps, and I'll put up the actual distance down below. But I can't even see people in that field yet. I can now count. There's I can actually see there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 11, 14, 17 students and a teacher, and I think there's 3 blokes and the rest of them teenage lasses. Yeah, so for long range glassing, if that's something you would think you want to do, I think these are a good thing to go by. Now I've got a phone scope adapter for my phone at home, but this is just an initial thoughts and impressions. So far I'm super impressed with what I see. I'll try and set the lens up to show pretty much what I see by eye, and then I'll try and get some footage through the back of one of the bino lenses and see if we can make that work. But I may have to leave that for a later video with the phone scope. Like edge to edge sharpness is very good for my eyes. You know, it'd be better than 95%. I can't see any colour fringing on the image, and the one thing that I have noticed immediately upon using them, this alloy focus knob, the feel of it, it's not cheap, it feels good in your hands. The binos feel pretty good in my hands. I've got larger hands, but yeah, they're not really designed for that in my opinion. But yeah, they feel great. The eye cups can be removed to clean the internals of the eye cup. They've got a couple of stops in and out if you're using them or you want to adjust your eye relief. And yeah, I had a bit of customization done, as you can with Maven. I've got the orange rings here, orange with the green highlight there, and green rings up the front. So yeah, you could even get your own, yeah, if you're a corporate, you know, or you're doing stuff like Bolt Action Productions, you can even get your own logo made up into them as well. So you can go the whole hog if you really want to. But back to the focus ring and the focus. The focus is really, there's not a lot of depth of field in it. Now, some people don't like that, others do. I actually do like it because it means I can concentrate on the distance that I'm looking at and pan backwards and forwards across the face, and things will seem to pop out of the background. That's a lot of why photographers use, you know, low f-stop, so they get that what's called bokeh, so the subject pops out of a blurred background. But having said that, some binoculars I've used that narrow depth of field there's a bit of slop in the adjustment for the focus ring, and you can feel the mechanisms moving backwards and forwards. There is none of this. There is nil slack in it that I can detect. It is very impressive. Maven have done a super job on that. So overall, at this point in time, I'm pretty darn impressed with these. I'll go into depth more with them. Nathan Stewart and myself are going to do another look at these, and we'll bring up another couple of different brands and power ranges and size of binoculars, and we'll just sort of look at what you get in the different styles, and we've got a couple of high ends, a couple of low ends, and we'll see how that goes, and you know, start to give people a picture of what they get for their money and where's a good point to start out if you can't dive right in at the top end. So yeah, money's always a concern, so yeah, I appreciate that. How they go against, say, some of the other high ends, the Vortexes and the Swaros, I couldn't tell you. Maybe I'll hook up with Robbo at some stage when all this COVID stuff's finished up, and we'll put his 1556s up against these, just to give people a relative picture of what we think, but yeah, I'm impressed thus far. So we'll see how it all goes. I can tell you Beacon have got a sale on now at the Warners Bay store. It's probably 2,000 metres away and I can read the sign in the window. And super cheap will fix it for you, or fit it for you, which is right next to Beacon, and that's 2,000 odd.